Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of our online TV series here at Commodity TV. And it's my honor and pleasure, and this is a really important day for the company, to talk now to Matthew Hornor, the president and CEO of Maple Gold Mines, as they entered today into a strategic partnership with one of the best mining companies of the world. It's Agnico Eagle Mines. And yeah, it took several years, and they always told us they want to do something like this, and now they delivered. Matthew, welcome, first of all, and congratulations on the deal. That is outstanding.
Thank you so much. Great to be here, and thank you for your support and belief in our team for so many years. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's right. It was a long way. It was sometimes a little bit of a bumpy road. You had some face winds, I would say, and a lot of people were saying, that's not working, and we are not sure if they can make it. And I mean, now with Agnico Eagle, there is no doubt and no discussion about it, because one thing is for sure: before Sean Boyds enters into a deal, they do a very detailed due diligence. So how did that come?
This is a culmination of a few years of effort. They've been to the site 2 or 3 times at least. They've gone through all of the core, the drill core that we have on site, 250,000 meters of core that they looked over, that's been in our possession since the beginning of the project in 1976. So it's a culmination of a tremendous amount of work by the entire team, interfacing with every level of the Agnico management team. And finally, we've come to the point where we actually have the ability to move this forward. So we're very excited about this for all those reasons and more.
Fantastic. So let's go a little bit more detailed into the deal, I would call it, because it's nice to present a name. But what is the deal? You are doing a 50-50 joint venture with them, and I think they bring also their Joutel property in. So can you give us some more insight on some numbers? They put a lot of money into that, and how did it work out?
Yeah, so some of the companies, the junior mining companies, receive strategic investments from larger producers. And those sometimes work out and they're great. We knew that we needed to do something big, something special, something that showed a massive endorsement from, I would say, the best gold company in Canada, definitely the largest and best company, gold company in Quebec. So, and that meant that we wanted to come up with something unique, something truly special, and that entailed forming a strategic alliance with them, not only on our project, but with their namesake project. The Eagle Telbel mine was located on the Joutel Project, which is adjacent to the Douay Project, just to the south of us. And through that joint venture, what we get is their technical expertise, which quite frankly could arguably be worth more than all the money that they're contributing, and then some. They know more about exploration and gold mine development than anybody else in Quebec. That is something you can say without any question. So the deal is set up as a joint venture. We are the general manager of the joint venture. We're contributing the Douay Project. They're contributing the Joutel Project. They're making a strategic investment in us, but they made a strategic investment in us at what was 50% above our VWAP, our average trading price of 17 cents. And then
I think that's like 24 cents they are paying, right, per share?
That's right. And then 34 cents is their warrant strike price, which is 100% premium from that to get 19.9%. So that's the cash in our treasury that gives us just under $13 million today. So we don't need to
30, right?
13. And
13, yeah.
And then $18 million in committed capital, plus the Joutel project, plus the strategic assistance, the technical assistance at the project level, all their know-how, all their people, and there's an NSR for the project being committed into the joint venture. So each company committed their projects into the joint venture. They have a 2% NSR. We have a 2% NSR that has a buyback provision up to $40 million. So that gave us credit for the ounces that we're contributing and all the work we've been doing up to this point, which essentially is our market cap today before we did the deal. So I thought that was a fair way of showing all of the supporters up to this point that we're getting some value for what we have today on paper. That's very important. And then looking ahead to what happens next after we start really getting into this and turning this into a mine in the future. We're the small company compared to them. They're $20 billion. We're 50, 60. Well, today we're have an all-time high volume trading today. I think we're already 9 million shares traded so far. But we're the smaller company in this relationship. And so I was worried because, I come from the big mining company world. Ivanhoe Mines, where we looked at things, and I've looked at this company all along as if it's a $2, $3, $4, $5 stock. I've never thought of ourselves as if even when we were trading in the lower pennies, my mind never switched on into that world. I always thought of us as a multi-dollar stock. We had to treat this relationship as if we were a multi-dollar stock. That's the important point to keep in mind, Johan. So, but because we're smaller right now, going forward, when we seek project financing, you want to have somebody next to you, like Agnico, like your partner, that'll help you in arranging project financing when we actually build it, because we don't have the balance sheet. They most likely would finance the project off balance sheet. We don't have the balance sheet yet, so we'd have to seek third-party financing support, and they'll stand by us and help us do that. That's huge. I mean, you can't really put a value on that, but it is a very large value for us and this joint venture. So these are all the main components. Effectively, we go from $6.5 to $31 million in cash and committed capital overnight. The best partner in Quebec, which is really for us a massive endorsement of the project. For all the people who thought, as you said perfectly at the beginning, Johan, you're really good at your job. That people didn't think it may work. None of those people can make that point anymore. Agnico Eagle did extensive diligence on our project. They looked at everything. They looked at everything we're doing. They looked at the management. They look at the, Fred Speidel. He gets incredible credit for this. I mean, he's amazing, this guy. He runs this project like a Swiss watch. He's just superb. I can't say enough nice things about Fred. And without that in place, and without us moving, back when we switched from Micon to RPA to do our resource estimate update, people thought, well, you're getting more conservative on your resource estimate update, not as aggressive with the pit walls, we're doing things that were more conservative because, and I've said this in a number of interviews, because we wanted to attract the interest of a major company. If we're too aggressive and if we're too promotional, too arm wavy, people don't believe that what we have is legitimate, which is why we did what we did. We went to RPA. The number of ounces came down a little bit, but they're real ounces, inferred and M&I category, 2.7, just 2.8 million ounces at $1,500 gold, by the way. At $1,900, $2,000 gold, our resource estimate would be much larger in the 4 million ounce range. But anyway, the point is, we did all these things in order to achieve the deal we've announced today. All the things that we've been doing up to this point, all these boring behind the scenes tweaking of the operations, being more conservative at the project level on the estimate, all these things were in order to complete this deal with a major group, the best group, absolutely. It's kind of like, if you think about it this way, if you and I opened up a biotech lab together, we said, we're going to make a new drug, okay? And you and I are writing checks all day long trying to create this new drug. And all of a sudden, one day, Pfizer buys a big chunk of us. Well, then we've made it, right? We've proven that the drug is efficacious, and now the big pharma can come in and buy a piece of the company, and it shows the market that you're on to the right track, and you're going to go someplace. That's the endorsement that Agnico brings to us, and that's why we're so thrilled with what's happening today and the announcement. And really, they're incredible people to work with. I mean, I've worked with a lot of major mining companies in my previous job, and we've spoken to a lot of groups. I can't say enough about the professionalism, the way in which they conduct themselves. The negotiations were lengthy, but in every instance, they acted honorably, and they're great partners to have. I can't say enough about the team at Agnico.
Yeah, and I think this is also something really important because Agnico is one of the most reliable partner you can have, a partner who holds his word and keeps his promises. That is also very important, I think, because you have entered into a multi-year partnership with them. Yeah, so you need somebody you can trust and build on, and this is absolutely for sure. I interviewed Sean Boyd so many times, and I can only say, this is one of the best guys in the mining scene. Definitely, this is outstanding. Yeah. To my understanding, $18 million, is this like a maximum amount? Can this be topped up? I read in your release also, this is over 4 years. Is this like the maximum time limit, or can you speed up? Do you have some, let's say, room to play with?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the insurance policy downside, if you will. But that's real money. That's a lot of money to be putting into the project. But that's no way the maximum. We can agree as partners that we want to speed things up, spend more money, put more money in the ground. No problem. Problem at all. So that's just the very least we're going to do is that. I could put it that way.
Fantastic. And so if I got that right a little bit, if I read between the lines in the press release, my feeling was that you guys want to bring this together into production.
I would say that we've been saying all along that we are, in our belief, an analog to the biggest open pit gold mine in Canada, which is Canadian Malartic. That happens to be run by Agnico Eagle with Yamana. I didn't think that we could find a better partner than Agnico to bring about what we believe will be the Malartic 2.0. That's the point.
Absolutely.
So we wouldn't have fought so hard for project finance assistance and everything else if we didn't believe this was going to be as big or bigger than that project. And it is a very, very important point to make. I mean, think back, you know, the history of Malartic. When Osisko first started to talk about that, people said, that's an old mine. What are you going to do with that? It's going to go nowhere. What are you wasting your time on? It's mined out. Who cares? What happened today? Multi-billion-dollar asset.
Yeah, and the
that.
founders are still benefiting from it with a 5% NSR. Can you believe that?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's outstanding. Yeah.
And on top of that, we have Joutel, which had the Eagle Telbel mine, 3 deposits there. We're producers. And we think, it's like I have 2 fantastic children now. I don't know which one I like more. I like Joutel a tremendous amount, and I like Douay a tremendous amount. I think Joutel may be also incredibly. I mean, I don't know what's going to go into production first. I don't care. They're both adorable children, and I want to educate them and feed them and let them grow up and be wonderful contributing members of society. That's the
absolutely
point, right? So like, you know, I kind of think we have all the goods here, and we've checked all the boxes with the endorsement of these guys to show what's possible. And I think that we should trade much, much higher. This is going to have. There's a re-rating happening now, just around, you know, the share price that we did the deal with Agnico on. But I think it's, you know, I think there's a lot more room to go the upside. I know other companies that I'm not going to mention names, that they're trading at hundreds of millions of dollars, and they have one drill hole or one skarn showing or something like that, and it's just promotional stuff. And bravo to them, but this is real value. What we try to bring is not just a promote. This is actual value of a project actually go into production and be built someday in the future with a real partner. That's the point. We want to be the next big gold mining company. This is where we're, and there's nothing to stop us from picking up other assets as well. So watch the space. We're about to get even busier. Let's put it that way. So I'm excited.
Okay.
It's a fantastic day. It's like, you know, Christmas and Hanukkah all in one day. All in one
it's a full thing. I'm pretty sure you opened a very good bottle of red wine later on. I will do that for sure because I'm a shareholder also of your company.
I wish we could drink it together, my friend.
That would be great. That's right. Last question. Okay,
Sure.
Now you have the money. Now you have fully delivered on everything what you said and what you promised us the last years.
Yeah.
What is the work program now by end of the year? What can we expect? And maybe also the first quarter next year. What's going on?
Sure. So the binding term sheet that's announced today sets out the binding terms for the joint venture agreement that we have to go negotiate now in the next 90 days. I have no reason to think that won't happen. I mean, we know what the terms are, but it's going to be a long document and require some time. You have to put the projects and form the joint venture company and all that stuff. So in the meantime, though, we get after some of these incredible targets, which I think we talked about before, the Northeast IP target that we think is almost a lookalike to Veza, which is 10 clicks to the east. We have the geochem analysis that shows that the rock type is exactly the same as Veza, but they only this one historical hole went down not deep enough and didn't hit into the guts of the geophysics anomaly that we think is going to host something pretty special. That drilling gets underway in the next couple of weeks. So watch the space for that news. And so the 3,000 meter program they're running this fall, right now under our own steam, it was already financed, as we talked about before, no problem. And then next year kicks off the work with Agnico on Douay. So we'll be doing around 10,000 meters next year. We're going to be expanding the resource of exploration near or next to the resource area and areas outside the resource area. So both. So, we already have all the targets. We have the permitting in place, and the future is in front of us, and it's looking great. So we're incredibly excited. So we have works already happening. Drills are going to site right now. They're on their way. The permitting, the targeting. We've already talked to the market about what those targets look like. So yeah, it's there'll be news, even more news. I can't top this news, I don't think, except for hopefully when I pull up a great hole at higher grades. It looks a lot like. That looks like a lot like a Veza, and just for your readers or the listeners, that was 6 grams, 600,000 ounces produced, just 10 clicks to our east. One of the many past producers right in our neighborhood, and they're all over the place. So I have no doubt that this is going to be a screaming company. The future is incredibly bright, and I can't say anything more than I've already said about how thrilled we are to be in this partnership with Agnico Eagle.
Super. Perfect. Well, Matthew, thank you very much. I think there's everything set on it, and I'm pretty sure that we talk more frequently now because there's really a lot going on and the drills are turning, of course. Yeah. And we will also do in approximately 2 weeks then a virtual roadshow when you have the presentation updated and everything, and maybe have already some new drill results. And we will orient, of course, all our people then there. And thank you very much. All the best. And you got a party tonight, that's for sure.
We got a party tonight. Dankeschön, mein Freund.
Super. Okay. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you very much. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there was Matthew Hornor, the president and CEO of Maple Gold Mines. And finally, yes, they made it. And Agnico is here on board. Really congratulations again to the company. That was the thing we were all waiting for the last, I would say, approximately 3 years. And during the waiting time, the guys did a great job. They have already 2.7 million ounces in the ground. And that was at $1,500 gold. Now gold is 1,900, so it looks even more excited. And now bringing together Joutel and the Douay Project, I think this is the right way. They have a 2% NSR on each company. This is also fantastic, so everybody stays involved and can make money for the long term here. And we think that this project once will go in production with Agnico together. Hopefully, that will be a great mine. And I think the guys did a great job. And you should check out the company if you do not have the shares. Really have a good look on it. Thank you very much, and bye-bye from Austria today, and bye-bye to Canada. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.